طيب open page
what, Mr.
page 122 student book or pupil book. طيب
Which was Mr. Again.
122. طيب محمد حسين read it.
A boy earns $240 a week as a trainee manager, and 1/5 of his earnings are taken in tax. He spent 1/4 on clothes and 3/8 on going out with friends.
Yes.
And he pays his parent $35 a week in rent. The rest he saves. A. How much tax does he pay?
Yes.
B.
Just a minute. A boy earn. يبقى here is the total money the boy have. Okay. A week. Okay. And المهم 1/5 or earning or take a tax اللي هي ask in the A. He ask you about how to get it 1/5 of 240. It's just only don't complete.
I will make 240 divided by 5 multiply 1.
Yes, excellent. Here is just only 240 as we took it before, multiply by 1/5. Okay, just a minute. And I divided by 5 and multiply by 1 as we said. We get it طبعا 200. I make it divided 240 divided by 5, 2 divided by 5, 0, 25.
60, also 60, I say.
Just 25 divided by 5, 4.
No, 60, also 60.
Be quiet, best. Okay, I subtract 4, drop 1 digit, 40. 40 divided by 5, 8. 8 multiplied by 5, 40. You subtract to get it 0. The answer is 1 multiplied by 48 is equal 48. Why I multiply by 1? Because here is I have a 1 in numerator. Okay, the answer is $48. Okay, the answer is $48. Okay, the next one. But the first one is $48.
كان ينتر
عبد الله طيب اوكي اوكي عبد الله no problem عبد الله طيب محمد احمد سعد يلا يا احمد سعد read it B.
Okay, how much does he save per week?
Yes, he say how much does he save per
Miss, I think we'll make 48 divided by 7 because the week have 7 days.
how much he sees not B not C.
Oh, B. What's the factor of his earnings does he pay in rent?
Yes, the fraction rent, you see the rent is taken in tax. He spent 1/4 on clothes and the 3/4 on going out with friends, and he pays his parent 35 at week in rent. يبقى here is he say 35, but he didn't make it a fraction. يبقى 35 out of all. طب he earn what? The total amount it what?
240.
Yes,
240.
it is 240. If you want to make it simplify as you like, يعني how to simplify it, divided by 7 or divided by 5, sorry. We can divide it by 5 because 35 is 7 multiplied by 5. We can divide it by 5 or leave it the same. We can divide it by 5 and here is divided by 5. I know 35 divided by 5 get it 7, and from the previous dividing, if you divided 240 divided by 5 we get it 48. Here is the solution is 7 out of 48. Yes. طيب C. محمد حسين C. C.
How much does he save per week?
Per week. طب again, how much does he save per week? طب he say he pays parent 35. I didn't understand how I know that you have to calculate.
Is that 240 divided by 7 or 240 divided by 4 multiply 1? And then 240 divided by 8.
So you speak about C or B?
C.
C, no. Here is just a minute. Here is what a fraction earning does he pay in rent? عرفنا سي بي ايه. طب what about he say that what does he save per week? طب he say here is of earning or taking in tax and spend, and he doesn't give us 3 out of 8 or going out with friend, and he's based to he doesn't mention the fraction of safe. Where is the fraction of safe? I didn't understand. I didn't follow it. I can't calculate it because we have 1/5, 1/4, 3/8, and 7/48, but I can't find how he earned it. You know, you have to do يعني a lot of steps to calculate it. How to do it? To calculate the tax, I already calculate the tax is equal 48. I have to calculate the spend of clothes is 1/4 and calculate the going out with friends is 3 out of 8. I have to calculate and subtract after that from 240. And how to do it? Yani just here is I know that is have many types. The first types is what? The first is one earning 1/5 of earning or tax. يبقى tax يبقى just only I multiply 240 multiply by 1/5, we get it 48 as we make it. The second one, why I make like this? Because I add them and subtract from 240. The second items is clothes, and the clothes is about 1/4. يبقى 240 multiply by 1/4. I calculate the items and I subtract from the 240. يبقى here is, if you divided it, we get 60. Yes, the cloth. The next one, he went out. He went out or going out. Going out يبقى going out. Going out is about 3 out of 8. 240 multiplied by 3 out of 8. You divide it 240 divided by 8 and multiply by 3. Here is 240 divided by 8, we get it 30. 30 multiplied by 3, 90. And the next one is parent. The next one, item, he parent اللي هو pays his parent. He pays about what? About 35 because he didn't give the fraction. طيب, the last item what? The last item is save. طب how to know it? To know it, save the, how to know save? If you add this item and subtract from, you have to add this, يعني 240 minus, we add all of them, 48 plus 60 plus 90 plus 35. You add them and subtract from 240. يبقى 240, if you add them, we get it, يبقى 40 plus 90, 150, 150 plus 48, هتبقى 208, 208. Okay, if you add them, yes, you get it, this number, it's gonna be 233. If you subtract it, you get it, save $7. Again, 48 plus 60 plus 90, okay, add them. If you add them, we get it 233. 233, we subtract 240 minus 233, you get it, the answer. Add them كده.
7.
Yes, we get it 7. Do you have any question in this part? Okay.
Mister, I didn't understand.
هو البروبلم يا ابني I don't have any fraction for save. انت ما عندكش السيفنج بتاعك، السيف هنا just a minute بس كده. طيب Right. We speak about equivalent fraction, and by the way, we complete this unit after vacation. Yani don't worry, I completed. I didn't finish, but just only I solve inshallah all of the problem. But the intro or introduction about equivalent fraction. What the meaning by equivalent fraction? Equivalent fraction mean equal. The meaning of equivalent fraction mean equal. طيب. يبقى how to do it or how to make it equivalent fraction. He gave it example 1/2, the same 1/2 is equal 2/4 is equal 4/8. How to get it? Because if you see this part, we can find this equal part. Here is the same. Here is equal. Here is equal. Here is equal. But what happened? I multiply numerator and the denominator. Here is I multiply by 2. 2 multiplied by 2, you get it 2/4. يبقى here's the second one. If you multiply this part by 4, if you multiply the first fraction by 4, you get it 4/8. How to multiply it? We can multiply it by 4. But like this, we can, instead of 2, we can multiply here by 4. We get it 4/8. Or we can here multiply by 2. You get it 4/8 also. يبقى here is all of them are equivalent, are equal. يبقى like you have a nickname. You are Abdullah and you say Abudi. You can Muhammad Hamoudi and so on. You have the same fraction but a different form. Here is 1/2. This means that 1/2 equal 2/4 equal 4/8 and so on. طب next page, it depends about this part. طب how to make equivalent fraction? Or how to do a equivalent fraction? As we said, it depends about multiply, and also if you want to return back. How to return back? What I mean, and is from half I get it 4/8. From half I get it 4/8 by multiplication. I multiply here, as we said, by 4. Here is I multiply by 4, as we said. If you want to return back or counting back from what 4/8, you want to return back to 1/2. We can divide it. Here is called the simplify. You can divide it. Here is by 4. Here is by 4. We get it 1/2 and so on. يبقى our lesson today is about equivalent fraction. It depends about multiplication and division. If I say simplify, okay, if I say simplify, you have to divide it, because simplify may reduce numerator and denominator. We can see now. Here is we start. Here is example. Here is, for example, worked example. Write 12 out of 42 as a fraction in simplest form. What I mean by simplest form, again, I have to divide it. We have a problem how to divide it. 12 out of 42. To understand the divided, to reduce it, because we have equivalent fraction. I know that 12/42, many form of 12 out of 42. How to get it? Just you use the divided, because he say simplest form. How to divide it? I didn't understand. Maybe you use the times table. 14, we can say 12 to multiply by 6. And 42 is table 6. 6 multiplied by 7. We can cancel 7. We can cancel, sorry, 6 with 6. We can say 2 out of 7. Here is the answer. Yes, here is the answer. Again, instead of make like this, we can say divided by 6. Divided by 6, we get it 2 out of 7, like this. Okay. How to get it? How I know that a common number that I divided numerator and the denominator from times table? Yes. Here is I make it simple. You say 2 out of 7. Which of these 3 fractions are equivalent? B. You say which these fractions are equivalent. How to know the equivalent fraction? You have to put in simplest form. Yani to know that's equivalent, that equal, we have to, how to know that 4/18. You make the same. 4 is 2 multiplied by 2. and 18 is 2 multiplied by 9. We can cancel 2 with 2, we get it 2 out of 9. If you didn't understand this method, we can divide it by 2 here, we can divide it by 2, we get the same result. يبقى first, instead of put 4 over 8, I put 2 over 9. Okay, and here is what's about 5 over 20? 5 over 20 is the same. 20 is 5 multiplied by 4. And I know that is 5 multiplied by 1. You cancel 5 with 5, we get it 1 over 4, the same. Or we can divide it by 5. We can divide it by 5. But here is, I put 1 over 4. The next one, 6 out of 27. 6 out of the, you know, the 6 is 2 multiplied by 3, and 27 is 3 multiplied by 9. We cancel 3 with 3, we get it 2 out of 9, or we can divide it by 3 here and divide it by 3 here, we get it 2 out of 9. But here is the answer 2 out of 9. From after you simplify, we can understand this fraction and the first are equal. Here is our what we do in simplest form. Type. Can solve the many solution in this part. We can solve a many question to understand what I mean. Type. I choose one of you. Write each of the following fraction in the simplest form. Type. Write in the simplest form. I will choose one of you to answer it. محمد, let's see, محمد حسيني كده ما شاء الله. طيب واتين he didn't open. طب سيف الدين, يلا يا سيف الدين فاروق. يا سيف. طيب which is the common يبقى first one he want to just only put it in simplest form, 2 out of 10. How to put it in simplest form?
We'll divide by 2.
Yes, excellent. Yes, you divided by 2.
1 over
Yes, excellent.
1.
Yes, we divided by 2 because he don't confuse. He know that is a common factor between 2 and the 10 is 2. You divided by 2, you get it 2 divided by 2, 1, and the 10 divided by 2, 5. يبقى 1 over 5. Yes, thank you. Next one, what I mean, محمد الرديعي أو محمد. محمد, open your mic يا محمد. محمد الرادي, open your mic يا محمد. طب I open all of the mic بقى كده. Okay. معن, open your mic يا معن.
Can I answer?
Yes, what's your name?
عبد محمد.
عبد الله, قولي عبد الله ما شاء الله.
Yes, okay. Solve B 3
Yes.
over 27.
Yes. You will divide it by
3.
Yes, we can
Will
divide
be
it
1
by,
over 9.
yes, we will divide it by 3. Here is Abdullah, he know the common factor. If you can't find the common factor, yes, if you can't find the common factor, we can find it from times table. 3 divided by 3 equal 1, and 27 divided by 3 equal 9.
Sir, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Yes. Here in the
Mr. Sorry, I was
طيب what do you want? طيب
خلاص أنا مستر.
okay, no, الوليد, يلا يا وليد. الوليد, open your mic يا وليد.
Yes.
Who's a common factor between 9 and 48? We can divide it. 48 we can divide it by 9. يعني 48 divided by 9 we can or we can't?
We can.
We can't. Excellent.
We
طيب.
can 3.
3. Excellent. You can divide it by
Which
3.
is,
Yes. 9 divided by 3.
16.
Yes,
3.
yes, here is 3, excellent, and here is 16, excellent. You have to know it because we can do a long division as you like. Here is 16, excellent. Yeah. 16. Yep. If you do it, 48 divided by 3, 4 divided by 3 equal 1, 1 multiplied by 3, 3, subtract 1, drop 1 digit, 18, 18 divided by 3, 6, 6 multiplied by 3, 18. Here is the answer is 16 as we said, as Abdullah said. طيب, معن. What is mine? طب حمزة mine.
Mister, can I answer?
What's your name? محمد. طيب يا محمد, يلا يا محمد. Okay. We will divide it by which, the common factor between them. You divide it by what? You divide it.
حسين close your mic.
You divide it by what? 48 divided by Muhammad.
Mister, can I say?
You give him a chance because he wait and just
Okay.
one.
We can divide it by 8.
Yes, divided by 8. Yes. يبقى 48 because 48 is
40 will be yes, 48 divided by 6.
yes, يبقى 48 divided by 8 we get it 6. And the 56 divided by 8
7.
7. Yes. Thank you. The next one. طيب حمزة بوزير. Open your mic, Hamza. What's the common factor between them, Hamza?
34 over 85.
34 is 2 multiply by 17. But here is 17 multiply by what? Multiply by 5. If you see it, 5. Where is you cancel 17 and the 17? We get it 2 out of 5.
Let's divide by 17.
Yes, we divided by 17. Okay. And type, maybe next one is easy for you, but here is, I have a problem. Here is a 5 because it starts with 5. By 5 multiplied by what? If I can't see, if I
It's
can't
over
find-
8.
Yes, 75 divided by 5. 65 divided by 5. Here is 1. There is 1. Subtract 13. Here is, I know that's 13. Here is 104, sorry. We can say that is 52 multiplied by 2. I know. 52, no common factor. 52, it's a relation to 13. Yani, I can divide it by 13. Why I say 13? I want to cancel one of them. طيب 52, what's the number multiplied by 13? We have a relation between 52 is 13 multiplied by what? Multiplied by 4. 13 multiplied by 4 already 52. 4 multiplied by 13, you get it to 12 up 1. Here is a state of put 52. I put 13 multiplied by 4. If you can't find, you have to do like this. We can cancel 3 with 13, sorry, with 13. And here is a 5. Here is it, just a minute.
Divided by what?
Divided by 13. The common factor is 13. And here is 8. Again, I divided by 13. How I explain how to know it, how I get a 13, because it's a problem. You don't know table 13. I take 5 because I know this 5 multiplied by what? I divided by 5 to get it 13. And 104, I 2 multiple 104, I say that 2 multiply by 52. I take 52, that is I find 2 multiply by 26. And I know that 26 is 2 multiplied by 13. Here is, I know that is the number contain 13, I divided by 13. Here is, I know this number contain common factor between them is 13. I divided here is by 13 and divided by 13 and get the answer. Okay.
5 over 8.
5 over 8. Okay, our lesson is finished, and inshallah see you later for next inshallah time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.